Hey Brent, I'll send you over an email that has all this information in it as well so you can read it. But I just wanted to go over this make a video. It's probably a little bit more clear if I do a video on all this. But anyway, so I had a meeting this morning with my coder and we went over all the intricacies of doing this website. When I originally talked to you, I told you that I guessed that it would probably cost somewhere in the vicinity of $1,200 to $2,000. Turns out I think I was pretty accurate with that. What I would do is I would say it's probably going to be $1,600, but what I would do is I would throw in the first month, I'm sorry, I would throw in the first year of hosting for you. So, and that's worth about $250, $300 in hosting. So I'd include the entire first year of hosting. When you build the site, you don't have to pay anything for hosting for the whole first year. All for that, like I said, is probably going to cost $1,600, and I think that would probably be pretty accurate. That's probably where we're going to come in. And then what that includes, first off, it's got the login feature, login, logout feature, and like I said, we could do individual logins for each person, but when I talk to you on the phone, I think that it would be way easier for you if you just did one username and login for all of Desert Ridge, and that way you don't have to go in and individually authorize and set up a new username and a new password for each individual person. That will take you a long time. If you just do the same one, you can just blast out an email to everybody. It's way easier, and then you can also change that from time to time as well. So it's got the login. We can lock multiple tabs here, or we could lock them all. So if you wanted to leave the home and the newsfeed open to anybody and not have that password protected, we could do that. And then we could just lock just the policies and just the financials, or we could lock just the financials. It sounded like the financials were the main things that you wanted locked. So, but anyways, that would be an option. We could lock any one of those. That's not any more difficult to lock all of them than to lock one of them. So that's no different. And we can change that down the road too. Obviously, I'll let you get the picture. Although I think you said you know somebody that's a photographer, but if not, I have a photographer that I use in the area. So, anyways, but you could go grab those pictures, go take the pictures. Sunset, go out and take a picture of the HOA, and then send them over to me. I'll include them on here. This homepage will allow you to upload a blog. It'll be pretty easy, so you won't have to know HTML. And then the other thing that it will include is the financial reports. And in this $1,600 bid that I'm giving you, or $1,600 estimate, it will include a pretty easy upload. So I could do the site for less than that, but you'd have to either have us manage it for you, and we would have to charge you an ongoing monthly to upload each PDF, or you would have to be pretty savvy with the HTML to go in and upload the new ones each month. But with this, what I've got with the $1,600, the reason it'd be $1,600 is because we would create a really simple upload functionality. So it basically just be you grab the PDF, drag it, drop it, and boom. Really easy. You wouldn't have to get in, manipulate any code or anything like that. It'll look a little different than this. What they'll be is they'll just be an individual blog post for each one of these. So May, you'll have, May, this is when it was uploaded, and then it'll just be a list. And so people could scroll down and they could go back as far as they wanted, and they click on that and it would just download the PDF. It would open the PDF in a new tab. So basically just like what we talked about, except for when you were over here, I said, it might be you might have to know how to get in there and manipulate it. As far as the HTML, you would not have to do that. We make it super, super simple for you. So like a drag and a drop, simple upload feature, really easy to do. No HTML experience required. And then also, what I would do is I'd recommend a gateway, or we could even use PayPal to pay the dues. PayPal charges 2.9% or 2.7%, I think. There's other gateways that'll be a little bit less, but essentially if people want to pay their dues online, I'll just have you set up a gateway, and then I will link that to this right here. So when they click on it, it takes them into a gateway, or it takes them into your gateway. They can enter in their username and password that's individual to each person, and then they can pay their bill online. So that's pretty easy. If you did Facebook, that'd be relatively easy, or not Facebook. If you did PayPal, that would also be pretty easy too. I took off the links down here about Facebook and Twitter because I didn't think that those were that important to you. But if you want them on, we could always put something up here so they could just hop on the Facebook page if you wanted it. But anyways, that's essentially what we would do. What I would recommend doing, if you've got 3 of these HOAs, I'd recommend that you charge them like $700 or maybe even $800 for each one, just a one-time deal. But you mentioned they had like a $3,000 to $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 monthly budget. I would charge them, $800 on a one-time fee, and then say, hey, I'm gonna take this out of your budget, but then I'm gonna build a website for you, and then each one of Desert Ridge and every one of your HOAs would then have a website. I think that's a steal for them. So for them to get this type of website for $700 is a really, really, really killer deal for them. They'd be able to show everybody their financials, their policies would be online, people could get on and pay their dues. It'd be an awesome website for $700, $800, $900. That'd be a way good deal for them. And then if you ever, down the road, if you ever added a new HOA, like a 4th HOA, I could duplicate this and set up another website just for that, that new HOA that you added. And I could probably set that up for like $250, $300. And so you could still charge that 4th one. You could charge them like $700, $800, but then I'd only charge you $250 or whatever dollars, so you can make a little more profit with them. But anyways, if you did charge them, say you charged each one of these 3 $700, you make $2,100 on it. That's what your billable would be. That's what you'd bill to them. I'd only charge you $1,600. You make a little bit of profit, and you would get your website, this top line management. You get that page of yours set up, and it wouldn't cost you anything. So, anyways, if that's something you want to roll forward on, then let me know. The only thing I would need is just to get these pictures from you ASAP, and we can start working on it. And we can start working on it tomorrow. I typically do on a project like this. I typically do 50% up front and then 50 and the balance upon the completion. This would probably take about 2 or 3 weeks to complete, so you're not looking at a super long project. And then, like I said, I would cover hosting, so you can go out and buy the domains. Those are cheap, like $12. But then I would handle your hosting for the first year for free. It's like $250 or so, $300 right there. And then if you wanted analytics hooked up onto the site, I would also hook up analytics for a few months. Let's just let you look and see how many people are going to the site. I don't know if that's super important for you, but anyways, yeah, that's what I do. If you want to do it, I'm excited. I think it'd be really good for the HOAs. I think that they would love it. I think all the people that lived in the HOAs would love it. Be able to look at their policies, their bylaws. I know that there's been several times in this HOA that I've lived in, there's been several times I've had questions about different things like whether they're mowing, what they're doing with their mowing, if the mowing covers my backyard, if they're going to be doing aerating, stuff like that. This would just be an awesome platform for you to, for the management to get on and say, hey, by the way, this Thursday we're going to be coming out, we're going to be aerating your lawn. This Thursday we're going to be spraying weeds. This Thursday we're going to be whatever. This, just so you know, next week we're turning water on for the springtime, for the summer. Just be an awesome communication mechanism. And for people that live in the area that rent, if I owned a home and I rented, see, it's a major pain in the A if somebody rents in a neighborhood. A lot of the communication goes to the owner, but the tenants who really care about it don't get that information. If somebody owned a house and they rented to somebody in the area, the owners, when they lease the house, they could say, oh, by the way, this is the username and password, and this is the website. You can get on and you can see different information. You can know when they're going to come out and they're going to spray your weeds. You can know when they're going to do aerating. You can know all this stuff. You can know when they're going to turn the water on. So anyways, I think this idea of yours is brilliant. I think that it would be a really, really good mechanism, really good platform. I wish the HOA I am in used this. I think it'd be awesome. So anyways, we'll talk soon.